Good evening and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. We're actually going to do a layout this evening. This is for a celebration hop for 5,000 subscribers for Ginger over on Ginger's Corner. And the only requirement is that we have to use all scraps. And I'm telling you, I have used scraps. So we're going to get after it. I wanted to use a couple of embellishments that I'd gotten in some embellishment hops. And like, let me show you what this one, I've got some stuff on them. This one, and this is going to be an Easter layout, and this one, and this one, and they're all kind of that cream base instead of like white. And so I started looking for some scraps in the brown and creams that I could make into Easter. And so this is what I came up with. These are two things out of my my Pringles can. This was like something that I had just cut off the edge probably when I was gonna frame a layout or something. This is just an old border from a set of old border strips. And then these three scraps, these two are alike, and I'm going to piece them together, and we're not even going to know that it's not but one piece, and most of that line's going to be covered up. And then I'm going to use this little stripe that goes with it, kind of matches with it, I think. I like the way it looks. So the first thing is and I've just got a piece of paper laying under here. This is also has a 12 by 12 on it, but I just like to lay a piece of paper under it to make sure that I'm going to actually get it 12 by 12. So, and of course you can see I dropped my my ink pad on it and made a mess. So, but we're going to work around that too. We are going to work around that. It'll be just fine. I'm going to cover it up. Some of it will be covered up anyway, just because of overlapping this, but mainly I'm gonna put an embellishment there anyway, so it's gonna be just fine. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I think, is put this one onto this one. So let's just get some tape running down here, and I'm gonna do it on this one and then lay that one on it. And like I said, most of this line is going to be covered up anyway. So actually, yeah, I had it the other way and it shows less because they lined up. So I think I'll move it back that way. Even though that big blob is there, it lined up well this way. I better get straight again. Okay. Okay, there we go. Then I need to put this onto this, something on there, so that I've got the proportion I want there. So let's just put some, this is, do you remember SEI? I don't even think they're in, I don't know if they even exist anymore. But this was some SEI paper that I'd gotten at Scrapbook Convention a long time ago. So let's get this on here. And I just want a little line along there. Don't want much of this solid cream color showing, but a little. And then let's get back on our paper here, and then we can put this on like that. So I think I'll put the runner on this time. Okay, let's see if we can kind of get this straight over here. I hear my grandsons getting really loud in the other room. They're playing video games. I don't know why it's getting so loud. Whether they get pretty excited about them. So now we have our base page made out of nothing but scraps. So I can get rid of that page that I was just using to size it by. So far, so good. Following the rules, nothing but scraps. Now I'm going to scrap Easter of actually this year, just from the other day. And I have a, this is just a 4x6. I've already done a little bit of, see where I had this and I dropped my ink pad, but we'll cover it up somehow. Well, it's going to work. We're not going to worry about it. So I'm going to do, I'm playing with the pinks and the browns. My daughter had on this bright pink dress, and so I don't get to play with pink very often, as you know, having all grandsons. So I wanted to kind of use that opportunity. And we're going to end up with 4 pictures on here. And I'm going to explain to you what this is in just a minute, because it's not an Easter egg hunt like you would expect on Easter. I'm going to get my title in this space somewhere right up here. This bunny's going to go off down here, and then I want this. That was like a table, and I want that to kind of cover that table. I think I need just a touch of tape right there to keep that down. Okay, it's probably going to be covered anyway, but okay, so this is going to be kind of the general idea. My bunny's going to be coming out from under there, coming this way. That's kind of the general idea. So I'm going to mark this so I know where that corner is. I think I marked this a while ago, so I know where that is. Because believe it or not, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I was watching Mel the other day, and she kind of inspired me to do a little stamping. So I'm going to, I don't have any flowers that match these flowers. These are really pretty. Who made this? I'm going to tell y'all who made these things for. Patricia Thornton made this. I don't even remember how long I've had these. I know I've had the bunny a while. Linda Phelps made it. This is 10 of 23. Linda Phelps made it. And Mallory made this one. And I just got this one the other day. So Mallory O'Brien made that one. So, and then this one, I don't know how old it is, but I think it's a little older. But I loved all of these, and I thought they'll all go together. But I'm going to do just a little bit of stamping just to fill in a little bit. Not much at all, but just a little bit. So I'm going to put this right down here and do a little stamping into this corner. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So, and I'm going to use... this is an old, close to my heart. I have this whole set close to my heart, and they're really old, and I don't like the way these work. The newer ones don't work the same way with that swivel thing, but anyway, we're going to do that, and I'm going to stamp it right on, and that's scary, and I'm not even going to use... a foam pad. I'm just gonna go for it. Where are my marks? Because I want it right down here. Perfect. Let's see if we can do another one or not. Think we can do another one in there without messing up? Sure, we can. Let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Let it soak in a little. And there we go. Yeah, I like that. And then I'm going to do, I think, one up here. I'd like to do one over here, but I'm not going to stamp on this dark brown, I don't think. I've got some die cuts. I hate to not have stamping on that side of the page, but I just don't really think I want to do on that stripe. Okay. And let's get one coming off this side, over close to that side. I may do one coming up from under its ears on that title. I don't normally stamp directly onto, well, I do sometimes, onto my layout. That's just really scary to me. Okay. Let's see what that does. I think that's plenty because I've got die cuts to put up there also. And then if I could, I don't want to have to splice this, or I'd go in there and tell them to be quiet. So if you hear them in the background, I'm sorry. All right, let's figure out, let's get this picture on here. Let me close this up before it wants to dry out. I am so excited about Ginger's 5,000 subscribers. That is just a milestone. I don't care who you are. Actually, let's go ahead and do the twist, because the twist is kind of related to that today. So while I'm deciding on where I'm going to glue down pictures and some things like that, let me go ahead and do the twist. The twist today comes from Romans 12:15. Let me get this down so I can actually read it, because I don't quote very well. It comes from Romans 12:15, and it says, Rejoice with those who rejoice, and mourn with those who mourn. And then verse 16, just the very beginning of it, live in harmony with one another. And I thought, well, that is just pretty appropriate for what we're doing today, celebrating her hop, because we are celebrating. We're celebrating with her. Rejoice, some translations actually say celebrate instead of rejoice. And so, you know, if we celebrate with, care enough to celebrate with people, then we care about them. And the same, if we care enough about people to mourn when they mourn, that tells us that we care about them. And so this verse is to me saying, you know, life just isn't all about me. Life is about other people and our relationship with other people and caring about other people. It's not all about me. We just live in such a narcissistic world that where everybody thinks I come first and you just better learn to deal with that, that it's not working. It's just not working. You know, that's not how you produce kindness and empathy and caring. And so I thought that verse was just applicable, because today we celebrate and we're celebrating. We should be able to be selfless enough that we're happy when other people are prosperous, and that we're sad when people that we care about are sad. And so today we're getting to celebrate. But, you know, instead, often people are just jealous or envious or covetous even, you know, over someone else's prosperity or good fortune for something, instead of just celebrating with them and our heart being glad because something good has happened to someone that we care about. And so I thought how appropriate that was for Ginger's Corner, because what is our motto? Yeah, there's no wrong way to play with paper, but that's not all of our motto. Our motto is that we give and receive with a loving heart. Our motto is sometimes you give more than you get, and sometimes you get more than you give. And all of those ideas, all of those ways to think are exactly what that scripture verse is teaching us, that we need to care about other people and not always put ourselves first. And so let's celebrate. I'm very thankful and very glad that we're not mourning today, that that's not what we're doing with each other, that we are celebrating. But let's celebrate with each other and let's mourn with each other, because we truly, truly care about each other. And I think that goes well with the climate and the community over on Ginger's Corner. So it's no wonder that she has 5,000 subscribers, because that is her heart, and very deservedly so. And that's the climate of that community. So if you haven't joined that community, I just want to invite you to come over and check it out. We care about each other. We lift each other up in prayer. We don't judge. There are people from every walk, every level of education, every different possible strand of life. And yet we care about each other in that community. So I just encourage you to join us over there. Well, I love these ink pads. They last forever, but I hate operating them. And this one, that little swivel thing is broken, and that's how I dropped it on the layout. I decided that needed one more up there. All right, so let's get this down. I think that will do. I'm not sure that these lines are not straight on this paper, so it's hard to determine if it's actually straight. I think that will do for that. Mallory, I love this title, so thank you so much. These, if you're not familiar, these are from our embellishment swaps that we do on Ginger's Corner. And these are just some that I've received over the last, I think I've been doing it maybe now 1.5 years or so. And this one is from Patricia Thornton, and I love it. And it's going to cover up that table that I don't necessarily want on there. Oops, I can tell that's not straight. If you're hearing crazy things in the background, it's them playing video games. I apologize. Okay, let's get our little rabbit tucked in under there. Get him kind of on that line just so that and Linda Phelps, I love this rabbit. I have loved that rabbit ever since I got it, and I've nearly used it 2 or 3 times, and here we are. Okay, so that has all of the basics on there. Now it's time to start tucking and playing and putting more things in there. So I just punched a ton of like little different greeneries that are similar to these in color, and then a bunch of little flowers and some twigs to place in here. So that's what I'm gonna be working with, just to kind of start filling it in now. I want to put some in behind this little rabbit. I would have loved to have stamped there, but I was just not brave enough to do that. want them kind of just, I wouldn't mind a little, I've got some little bitty ones. Oh, and also I found this Blessed, and it seems like it matches this. I don't think she sent it to me, but I loved it on there. So we're going to put that there. But it came in a swap. Came in a swap. Usually it's my dogs making noise. Today it's my grandsons. I'm going, on that cruise, or hopefully I am, and leave on Monday. This is actually Friday, and I leave on Monday. And a couple of them that are my real, like, that want to be with me all the time, wanted to spend the weekend with me. So there we go. I don't know when you'll be watching this for sure. On the 24th, maybe, I think, is when it comes out. But last night was when Israel retaliated for what Iran had been doing, and so it's been really crazy. And last night I was trying to pack, and I was listening to all of that, and thinking, oh, I bet I'm just not even going to get to go on that trip at all. I'm about to just be sick. But today it's settling down, and it's starting to look better. So I think it's going to be okay. I think we're going to get to go. Oh, I hear a door. They know not to bother me during videos, but I do hear a door. I'm thinking that we're going to make a little thing right down there like that. So let's just go ahead and commit to that. Yeah, it's and I don't even know what to pack. I've packed. I have packed for the most part. I have a few more things to do, but it was hard to decide what to take because of not knowing for sure what the weather was going to be. Their weather is basically similar to ours everywhere we're going to go, but it's a little cooler right now where we're getting up into the 80s and all that. They're still having 40. Well, we're having a cool front this weekend, actually. They're having 40s and 50s and then in the 60s in the daytime. So it's been a little bit like, I'm not sure. Not exactly sure what I better take. So I'm taking a little bit of everything. Instead of a lot of something, I'm taking a little bit of everything so that I have everything hopefully covered in case it's cold or hot or all those things. Okay, I want to kind of like my bunnies in the, in the grass. So I may just go ahead and put this one on there on my bunny. Just don't want it to go off the edge of the paper. And then this one in behind. And that may be all I put down here. And then I'm going to come back and put a few flowers there. I haven't really laid this out other than where I wanted the pictures and where I would need the stamping. So, sometimes when I do that, it's like I have trouble making the decisions. But so far, so good. If you have a chance, you just need to go over to Ginger's Corner and congratulate her on 5,000 subscribers. Seems like just the other day we were celebrating 3,000, and here we are already at 5,000. That just amazes me. There's that. Now to get a few things up in among, and see, this just pretty well matches that egg. Let's see what else I've got. This is a little bit bigger one. Let's see if we can work it in over here. I just wanted some stamping kind of in behind these. It was kind of my my thought process. And then I wouldn't need as much of the as many of the die cuts if there was some stamping in behind it. I've got some other colors. Let's see. And then I've got these twigs too that I can put in there that kind of match that kind of taupe color in this paper, and some browns. I've kind of got a variety, so let's start tucking a few of those in there. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I'm going to just start gluing. If I don't like it, we're just out of luck. Because if I put them in there and then have to take them up and glue, it'll take forever. But I know that this is what I was kind of thinking, so we're just going to go for it. Just going to go for it. I don't like that. There we go. What do we got here? Oh, that's one of those. I love that color. And I don't have many of them. I'm thinking I need a good big twig coming out from behind that one. Maybe not the dark one, I don't know. I kind of thought I wanted that dark one. Let's see what it looks like coming out of here. Oh, I like that better. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to lighten this up with some flowers here in a minute too. So I punched a bunch of flowers to pull the pinks on up and across and throughout. So I didn't want it just to be all brown and cream. So I pulled some of the colors like from the eggs and these flowers. And I used scraps, and so this one that I'm gluing right now, I actually used my ink, that Seafoam ink, and just inked a piece of scrap white paper. You can see it had something on the back of it. Scrap white paper to make this, and then punched these because I just really didn't have any of that lighter green, but that Seafoam was a pretty good color for it. Okay, now we need a little something coming out of this bottom. Let's try just a smaller version of that. So I did use scraps, and so some of them are kind of small, just pieces of. I think we need some of this darker brown up here to pull. We've got the dark brown down there. We need, and now we've got it here. We need some darker brown up here along with this, along with our title. What if we, it's something right in there maybe? That'll work. So, yeah, we leave on Monday and fly into Rome. I can't hardly wait. Just hope nothing else happens that keeps us from not being able to do it over there. I'm going to do another page that goes with this, and it is of their Easter egg hunt. I was going to tell you what was going on here while I'm doing this. My daughter, we always try to make Easter about what Easter to us and our family is really about, and that's Christ's death on the cross, and that's the source of our salvation, because he paid that price for us. And so we always try to do something around that, not just the egg hunt. And of course we go to church, on the Easter Sunday morning and all that kind of stuff, but we try to do something with the egg hunt and things like that that focus on that also. And so she wrote a scavenger hunt from scratch, and I'm telling you, she needs to publish it. It was just absolutely amazing. They did their egg hunt, and then the eggs, 10 of the eggs had clues in them that had scriptures with a question on them. And so they had to answer the question about the scripture, and then the clue told them where to go for that scavenger location. And then when they got there, she had a question for that location, a scripture and a question for that location. For example, this one, what are they doing? I don't even know for sure. Oh, she's just reading the rules there. This one, the scripture was about the armor of God and the sword. And so the question ended up being, what is the sword? What's it talking about with the sword? And of course the sword is the word. And so they all got these swords at that location for the scavenger hunt. And then this one was Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. It was one place says the life, but this one was the light. And Jesus is the light of the world. And so they had to answer questions about that and understand, that Jesus is the light of the world, that he is the truth, and that he's the source of salvation and all that kind of stuff. So that was that one. And then this one, he's getting his tomato plant, and it was about growing and learning, and new life in Christ. And so that's what that one was about. There was one about where they got to choose from these really pretty polished rocks that she had gotten. And of course it was about the rock, Peter, telling Peter that he was the rock. And then I think there was actually 2 at that one, and the other one was about rolling the stone away. So it was just really good stuff. I was really proud of her for putting so much into that and making it such a neat deal. It was just pretty awesome, actually. I want to pull that one down like that, not just all coming out from under pictures. So and they really enjoyed it. I mean, of course they were getting a prize at each location, but answering the questions and getting a chance to explain what they thought they meant and everything, it just really turned out good. I was really impressed with how hard she worked on it and what she came up with. So they got to do their Easter egg hunt. And I don't know, I mean, like he's going to be 12 in August. I don't know how many, and he'll be 11 in June. So I don't know how long, much longer they're going to want to do that. But we even have an Easter egg hunt like for the young adults. Like we've got 3 college kids that are the older grandkids, not mine, but of my son-in-law's parents. There are 3, and we do Easter over there every year. There are 3 older kids, like college age, and then 1 or 2, I guess, they're out of college, and so they have they have a hunt for them, and the Easter eggs have money in it. And oh my goodness, you would think, I mean, it gets like, they get rough getting You know, it's hilarious. And the girls are rougher than the boys. That's part of the funny part of it. Is the girls will push those boys out of the way to get to the egg, or just take off running and outrun them. It's hilarious. But it's a good time. But I was just so proud of my daughter for working so hard on that scavenger hunt that really portrays, you know, what we really want them to know and understand about Easter. All right, I'm going to do a few more of these little things around, and then we're going to start on the little flowers, and then that's going to be about it in our celebratory hop. I think we need something over that. Let's see what else I've got. I think maybe something like these up here. We need some, I haven't glued that one down, so it's still up for grabs. Maybe one of those, and I think I have two of those actually. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's do that. I got quiet all of a sudden, thinking, and I don't talk when I'm thinking. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and glue that one and then put a few twigs. Maybe we put some twigs in behind that. Yeah, let's get a twig in behind there. I think we need some twigs over here too. This is getting kind of busy, but I don't care. I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. Sometimes I like busy. I like a lot of stuff on my layouts. These twigs are, well, there's more than one set, but this one set of these little twigs is just a set of little twig die cuts that I got on Amazon a long, long time ago. And I use them all the time as little fillers and things like this. I love them. Okay. What color do we need over here? Maybe the lighter. Get a couple of these coming out of there. Like I said, I'm going to put some flowers here, so there'll be a flower kind of at that, where these are coming together. All right, let's start thinking about the flowers. Oh, I decided I needed a twig with this one. So let's get a twig in there with that. Yeah, that looks better. All right, so we've got the dark green, the green, the brown, the brown. So I think we're kind of pulling everything, I think, every direction. So let's start putting some of these little flowers on here. And this one, again, this set of flowers, in order to match those pretty well, I ended up using just inking some paper to get that where it kind of matched enough. I like to curl my flowers a little bit. I don't think I'm going to, I may change my mind, but I don't think I'm going to layer these flowers. I usually put 2 or 3 layers of flowers, and I'm thinking I'm not going to on this one because these flowers are not layered, and I'm kind of trying to keep with that same sort of, you know, way of doing it. And I want to bring some of this different colors of pink up in there, because we've got all 3 colors of the pink right down here. So I want some of the same colors up here. I do have some little gems that I think I'm going to put in the middles of those. And I thought that I would maybe put a flower or 2 on my title, just to add to it a little bit. And maybe even a little twig. Why not? We can. We certainly can. It's ours to do whatever we want to with. Kind of break my twig off a little bit. Let's just, I'm going to just put a little glue there and start adding to it. Let's see, maybe we need one of these. A better color for that. Let's see. Get these. See if we like, I'm not too crazy about that hot pink up there against the title because it's not really the same color. We can put some up above it, up in there, but I don't really want it. I don't want it right there on the, okay. Let's do the same thing down here. Shorten our twig just a little. Put us some glue and build our little nest. There, and then add a flower. Oh, this is really getting messy. Oh, busy. I think we're supposed to call it busy. I think messy is probably a better term, but we're going to call it busy just to be polite. Okay, I need something right here to kind of cover that. And there's some little jewel right there, so that's kind of what I thought, that I would put a jewel in those. And a little one, I think just a little one. You know, I don't like this hot pink one. I'm just going to tear that sucker off. It just, even though her dress is hot pink, I don't like that. I'm going to just go back with another one of these. If I had it to do over, I might not do the stamping in behind that. I might just leave it, but because it really did get it busy and messy looking, but I don't have it to do over, and I'm going to keep it. And I do like it, but I know for some people it's probably just a little too messy. I think I'll do the lighter one right there. The back side of these that I inked are a lighter pink. probably need one down here. Maybe two. I need to stand. Oh, I gotta have one down here. And you know what? I have one or two of these that I cut in that. No, I don't like that. I might add it somewhere, but not there. Just the flower, maybe two. We'll see. Okay, I think we're about to get messy enough. We'll see about putting either some Nuvo or some little jewels in our flowers. And then I think that's just all I can stand. I think that's all of the busy I can stand. And I don't know. I don't think I ever glued that one down. All right, I think that just needs to be it. That is just, I got a lot of glue, but it'll dry clear. Okay, I think that just needs to be it. That is one messy layout, boys and girls. I'm telling you, that is one messy layout. All right, let's see if we want anything in the middle of those. Let's just decide if we do. I've got jewels over here somewhere. I think just something really tiny would be about all they can stand, and maybe not even that. I've got those little bitty ones, or we can do the Nuvo. Let's see what we got. I'm kind of thinking just the Nuvo and not the actual jewels. Let's just try one and see. Yes, I'm thinking I think that will fill the bill, but not be as, we just don't need to add anything else to this. It's just borderline too much. Maybe over borderline too much. I like busy and full, but this one is even busy and full for me. Okay, I think that's it. So, if you liked it and it didn't drive you crazy being so busy, I'd love it if you'd give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. There's going to be a hop list below this in the description of all the people that are celebrating Ginger's 5,000 unbelievable milestone of 5,000 subscribers. And so you can watch them all. They'll all be different and they won't all be this crazy, I promise you. And when it shows, I'll be on my cruise, so think about me. And I just hope you have a blessed day, and above all, be a blessing to somebody else. Thank you for watching and dropping by.